KwaZulu-Natal. Vusi, a very good afternoon to you. So what was the big takeaways from those that addressed the crowds there?
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, Blaine. Yes, indeed, it's quite a chilly afternoon here in the south of Durban. This is the Mbumbulu area. We have just heard the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Sihlezi Kalala. As we are watching, Blaine, there's a group of Amabutho who are here to sing, and they are being ululated by throngs of women clad in traditional regalia here at the south of Mbumbulu. This is the province, is one of those areas which is very rural, found on the south of Durban in KwaZulu-Natal. While the Premier did speak about men being responsible, this is a commemoration of the International Men's Day themed better relations between women and men, because just in few days to come we will be starting that campaign of 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. As you know that in South Africa, there are those incidents or heightened incidents of gender-based violence every year. This is an annual commemoration of the International Men's Day. As you know that South Africa has got a high number of women and children being killed. As you know that yesterday, Peggy released the stats, the crime stats, saying that women and children were also killed, a number of them, especially from July up to September, as 800 people, more than 800 people, those were women and children, were killed. And out of that, 6,163 were killed in the period between July and September this year alone. That's quite a number of people, considering that it's just 3 months. But with us to take us through about today's program is the MEC for Social Development in KwaZulu-Natal, Nonhlanhla Khoza. Mama siyabonga kakhulu ngesikhathi. If you can just take us through about today's event, what is it that is brought about, especially being brought here in this area of Mbumbulu?
Greetings to everyone listening to this interview. We are gathered here at the area of Mbumbulu, where we are celebrating International Men's Month. It is one of those events which are more important because we find men as best stakeholders and responsible people. In fact, there are those men who have brought the girl child single-handedly. So we are looking at those men and say to them, thank you, you have done well. We don't want to all the time to look at the negatives when we talk about men, but we need to look at those good things which men contribute in our society. Men are supposed to be providers, men are supposed to be protectors. That's what we are looking for. As of now, we are here to celebrate the Men's Day, but what we are having most concerns about is the teenage pregnancy. There's a lot of teenage pregnancy which we have seen in our areas. Looking at from June month to up to now, we have 21,650 young girls who are mothers. Looking at that stats, you tell yourself, who make them pregnant? Because they are starting from the age of 9 years, 10 years, up to 14 years. So we do have a concern that all along we've been having programs which talk to women. But it's high time that we have initiatives which talk to men, so as to cap the scourge of gender-based violence, because those are untold stories. As much that story is not told, by whom are these girls at the age of 9 years who have a child.
So what's the message against those people who are impregnating these young girls?
What we have in mind as social development and government of KwaZulu-Natal is that we need to have those people arrested, because that one, it's a big no, and that one definitely is rape. Statutory rape starts from those ages. So if anyone impregnates someone under age, we need to enforce the law which take that one, because that one is just an evil person. And the other thing, looking at the stats of HIV and AIDS, more young women from 9 years to 10 years who get the HIV and AIDS, they are 35% if you are looking at a percentage, as opposed to their male counterparts. The boys which get who catch HIV and AIDS are at least 9% as compared to girls. Yes. So we do have a concern. It means it's either the young girls get that HIV and AIDS from the blessers, get that old HIV and AIDS from Omalume and the family members. At most time, the girls are abused by known people, known family members, or people from around their communities. So we are saying, as social development and the government of KwaZulu-Natal, we need to strengthen those areas which talk to male. And we have started as social development. We have held some meetings with traditional leadership. We have held some meetings with traditional healers, because some of the rapes are done whilst they practice customs we have, and traditional ways we have. So we are saying no to that. We are looking at forming partnership with religious sector as well. So today we said to ourselves, let us strengthen our partnership with Izinduna. That's why we are here. We need to strengthen partnership with traditional leadership, especially Izinduna. We are talking to Izinduna because Izinduna are the ones who should nurture a boy on how to deal with rejection. Because you know, if a young man has been rejected, others opt to kill that girl. Okay. So we need platforms where it will be discussed the way of nurturing the boy child.
Okay.
And
Ma'am, as we know, that I'm sorry to cut you. As we know that we are here, this is a traditional area led by traditional leaders as well. They are often accused or criticized of intervening perhaps in a wrong way, because whenever there are some instances wherever there are young girls who have been impregnated, usually the perpetrator is being asked to pay a fine in a form of a goat or a cow. How do you then address such incidences, especially taking place in such rural areas led by the traditional leaders, that you are here to form or mobilize them in terms of stemming the tide against GBV?
That is why this event is being held in a deep rural area of eThekwini, because we need to talk to people. We cannot have people who withdraw those cases. We cannot have people who withdraw the cases and pay dowries to that, and pay monies in the form of goats and everything. That does not erase the pain endured by the girl child. That does not erase it in the mind of a girl. And in a long run, that will come back to the mind of that girl. Even when she is old enough to get into a relationship, that will affect her. So anyone who withdraws the case of that nature should be taken steps, especially as far that should be taken as a criminal case. So we cannot have mothers and fathers who agree to withdraw cases. Thank you.
That's the MEC for Social Development in KwaZulu-Natal, Nonhlanhla Khoza, calling for harsher sentences against those who are perpetrating crimes, especially with regards to the GBV or gender-based violence. As you know, that there's a lot of cases such as you know that Begitele released a crime stats yesterday saying that about 9,000 women were raped from July up to September this year alone, which is quite alarming. And also the MEC did say that also 21,000 people or young children who have been impregnated in this year alone, saying that those stats are stemming from June this year. As you are seeing now playing the throngs of Amabutho, we are here in this International Men's Day to ensure that also this day is being commemorated here in the south of Durban in Mbumbulu. As you can also see just behind them are the young children who have been formed in the form of Amabutho. They've been grouped together by the headman or Amabutho or Izinduna in this area, where they are being taught life lessons or to grow responsible and also respect the elders and also protect and provide for their families. Having had a word with Induna earlier on, Mr. Makanya did say that they do have such platforms where they are teaching the young boys how to protect their families and also how to protect the neighbors and also the whole community area of Mbumbulu, saying that there are not that much crime happening here, especially in regards to the GBV cases. Not much crime has been reported here with regards to the GBV cases. As you know, that they are being reported elsewhere, but KwaZulu-Natal does have those three areas which usually have high number of crime. We are reporting about Inanda, we are reporting about Umlazi, Kwamashu, as well as Pesisle in Pietermaritzburg. As we know that area has got a high number of rapes as well as murders in general, with 6,163. Begitele did say that those are the murders that took place nationally from the period of July to September this year, and about 9,000 rapes, of which we told that also KwaZulu-Natal alone in the same period this year had recorded 1,700 murders in the same period, which has also increased by 44.4%. Respect to you, Blaine, for now.
All right, Vusi Khumalo, live for us in KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you very much indeed. Appreciate your reporting. I want to take you now to another